Hi, Emma, right?
Yeah, that's my name.
Nice to meet you. I am Becca, and I am your recreational therapist. I will be interviewing you today just to see what I can offer you in our recreational therapy programming. And I just want you to answer the questions as honestly as you can so that I can understand how to best help you. First of all, do you know much about recreational therapy?
Not really. I mean, isn't it just you do activities outside?
That's part of it. Yeah, you use activities and leisure activities that you enjoy will be utilized to help you cope with your trauma and whatever else you're experiencing and hopefully overcome those and help you be in the right headspace that you want to be in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we do offer a lot of different programming, and this is mostly just to see what I can do for you and what we can offer. Before we really begin, I want to just get to know you a little bit. So if you could just tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe where you live, who you live with.
So I was living I live both with my mom and my dad, but they're divorced. So on the weekdays I live with my mom in the city, and then on the weekends I live with my dad, and he lives about half an hour away from my mom's house. But now I'm living here, so I guess it's different now. I used to have an older brother. He recently just passed away in a car accident.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so it's been really hard with that. But yeah, so, and then he was all I had, so now I guess I'm an only child, which is weird, but
Okay.
yeah, and now I'm here, so that's been fun.
Well, thank you for sharing. I know that's got to be really hard with your brother, and I think we may talk about that a little bit more throughout this interview, as long as you're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Great. I want to start with a little activity. So I have this piece of paper, and I'd like you to write your name. Go ahead and write your name just right in the middle of the paper.
Okay.
And then around your name, I want you to either write or draw the things that are most important in your life. As you're doing so, if you could explain those things.
So I wrote Tim. He was my brother, and he was my best friend, basically. So he was really important. And then my mom and my dad are also very important. I mean, it's hard to be around them right now, but they're still really important in my life. And then Haley and Sally have gotten me through everything. They're my best friends at school. I haven't seen them in a while since I'm here, but they were there at Tim's funeral, and they basically were living at my house. Like, they didn't ever really leave, which was really nice to have them around. And then Lily is my golden retriever. And she's just, I wish she could be here at the facility, but she's just been great. She's really old, and she loves you no matter what, which is really nice.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
She seems really special.
Yeah, she is.
So
Yeah.
It seems like the things that are most important to you then are the people in your life and your
Yeah.
support system.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it has felt like I've been alone lately, even though I have so many great people around me. It's just been hard to see the good in things. So,
Yeah, I definitely understand that grieving can be very hard and very difficult to
Yeah.
deal with a situation like that.
mhm.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing that. We'll continue to talk about these people since they seem so important to you in your life, and we'll see how we can maybe utilize companionship with friends and new friends and companionship with animals to really give you that support you need.
Okay.
So I have a question. I want you to think about what this means to you. When you think of the word well-being,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean to you?
I guess for me with well-being, it's more like what makes you happy, I guess. Like your overall well-being is kind of what you're content with in life. What makes things enjoyable for you, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Along with that, I'm going to ask you a few sentence stems, and I would just like you to complete the questions.
Okay.
So I'll say the question as if you're saying it, and then you complete it. So I feel happy when.
When I'm around my best friends.
Okay. And also, if it's all right with you, I'm just going to go ahead and take notes during this interview just to make sure I remember all this information and understand it.
Yes.
So you feel happy when you're with your friends?
Yes.
Great. And I feel sad when?
When I think about Tim.
Yeah. Okay. I feel confident when?
When I do well in school. That's been a challenge lately. I haven't really wanted to go to school. Just because everybody knows about Tim's dying and it just feels weird now being there.
Yeah, that can be tough to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, luckily here, we do have school,
Mhm.
and you will be surrounded with other people who can maybe understand, maybe not necessarily your specific situation, but people who have experienced trauma as well and can be a good support to you throughout your school. So hopefully we can get that confidence back at school.
Mhm.
Okay, a couple more. I get frustrated when?
When my parents fight. They got divorced when I was really young, so they kind of just quit getting along, basically, is what Tim told me, so, yeah. So whenever they're in the same room, it's just not fun.
Do you feel like you have a good relationship with both of your parents?
I would say yes. I enjoy spending time around my mom more than being with my dad. Just, I don't know, because with my dad, when Tim and I would go with my dad, we would always do like fun things with them and go to, my dad has a girlfriend too, so we would always do stuff with them and go to like sporting games and stuff like that, which was great. But now that it's just me, my dad doesn't know what to do, I guess.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I guess being with my mom is better than being with my dad.
Okay. And another thing that we offer here is help with family as well. So we would love the involvement of your parents every step of the way.
Okay.
So my life has meaning when?
Right now it doesn't really feel like there's meaning. I kind of just, life is just life. Like I don't know what to do or how to think or how to feel. Everything's just nothing, pretty much.
Okay. And can you remember a time when your life did have meaning?
Yeah, I mean, last year was a great year when Tim was still alive, and everything was going great. I had just started high school, and all my friends were awesome. I was doing well in classes, and I tried to play volleyball and basketball, and that was fun, I guess you could say. But yeah, just the past probably 2 months have just completely changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So losing one of those big supports has made it really difficult to find that
Yeah.
meaning that you needed.
Yeah. Tim was my best friend.
Okay.
He looked out for me. He would always try and distract me while our parents were fighting. He would drive me around everywhere. When he played football, he would always, like, I don't know, instead of us bringing flowers to him, he'd always bring me a flower after every game. And yeah, he was my best friend.
He sounds like a great brother.
Yeah.
A great relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
I get discouraged when?
I don't know. I get discouraged when nothing goes right. And it seems like everything just is continuing to fall apart right now.
Yeah.
So,
I feel motivated when?
I don't know. I feel motivated to do anything.
Okay. What used to motivate you?
I don't know. I think definitely my friends, my mom. She would always encourage me to just keep trying to do well in school and in sports. I think another thing that motivated me was just like making my parents proud, making Tim proud of me just by getting good grades or participating in activities, being social, having friends, all that stuff. Because I'm kind of introverted a little bit. I like being alone a lot of the time. But for them, I was trying really hard to be extroverted and talk to people and go to parties and stuff like that and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, hopefully while you're here we can find some of those motivations again.
Yeah.
Get those back in place.
Mm-hmm.
One more. I feel anxious when?
I would say I'm anxious all the time. I kind of just, I worry about a lot of different things, and especially now with Tim gone, it's just like I don't know where my life's taking me. I don't know what to think, what to do. I worry a lot about my parents too, just how they're dealing with Tim's death and me being here now, because I made a bad decision, I guess. So, yeah, so I'd say I just worry all the time.
Okay. Thank you for sharing those feelings. I know that must be hard to talk about, but I really appreciate your honesty in that.
Yeah, I'm sorry they're not that great.
They're perfect. These answers are perfect to help me understand where you are and what we can do to help you.
Okay.
So I have a few questions about school.
Okay.
What do you do to help you focus?
I don't know. I think it's pretty easy for me to focus. I just kind of tune everything out and just listen to the teacher.
Okay.
sometimes I get distracted by friends or somebody's yelling out in the hallway or, you know, all the normal distractions. But normally it's pretty easy for me to focus.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. And I heard that you are a pretty good student, or have been a pretty good student.
I had great grades until 2 months ago, and then everything just kind of went downhill. I kind of just quit trying.
Okay.
I skipped class a lot. I pretended to be sick, and my parents really stopped caring. They just didn't even know that I didn't go to school a lot of the time.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How often would you say you did go to school?
Well, I went every day before Tim died, and then I kind of went in the beginning, or tried to go every day, or did half days every day, and it just, I don't know, because Tim was a senior, and I'm a freshman, so everybody knew who Tim was, and just being around everyone, they just look at you differently, and they kind of treat you differently just because he died, and they feel bad, or they're trying to be nice, or like I've had random people come up to me and just start crying because they feel so bad, and I'm like, you didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I couldn't handle it. I spent a lot of the time eating, so I was taking, what was I taking? Biology,
Oh.
and my biology teacher's a great guy, and, he's a lot older, like, he's kinda like my grandpa, basically, to me, and he would always let me eat lunch in his classroom, because I just did not want to sit in the lunchroom with everyone. So, yeah, I just kind of quit going because it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, basically. And then being home, it was just lonely. So I just kind of tuned the world out, basically.
Okay. Do you feel like you had any support from friends or classmates?
I mean, they were there for me, and they would always bring me food or, I don't know, give me hugs every day. And I know that they were trying their best to support me. I kind of just tuned them out because it just didn't feel like they were helping.
It maybe didn't feel as genuine as what you needed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What were your plans for when you finished school?
Let's see. So I don't know. I mean, I do want to go to college. Eventually. I think I kind of want to take a gap year after high school is over. I mean, I don't know how it'll work now that I'm here. But I would like to go to college at some point. I don't know what I want to do, but I think going to college would be fun and different, just to get out of here and change my life up a little bit, I guess.
Okay. So along with that, when you set goals, how do you know if you have reached a goal?
I guess for me, for setting goals, it was doing well on tests in school, winning games. I guess you could say, like, trying to do really well on the volleyball team so I could play more in the games. I don't know. I mean, I think a goal for me was trying to be there for my mom. And obviously I failed at it. But I did try and set that goal after Tim died. It just got too hard though.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned you were on the volleyball team.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I love playing volleyball. It's one of my favorite sports. The coaches are really awesome. I've learned so much about like positions and form, and I was more on the defense team, so I would play in the back row. Because I can't jump for my life, so I wasn't a hitter, but back row is my favorite.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Have you played much in the past couple months?
No, not really. I wanted to, but it just, I just couldn't do it.
How often did you play before?
So our fall, well, I played in middle school, and then that was like middle school volleyball, nothing crazy. And then I played my freshman year for the fall season, and now I kind of missed out on this year's season just with everything.
Okay.
So I kind of started playing, and then Tim died, and then I just quit going to practice.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So would you be interested in playing volleyball here?
Yeah,
Okay.
eventually. I mean, I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
Do you
I know we have a few other girls who really like volleyball, so
Oh,
we
really?
could easily get a team together.
Fun. Yeah, that'd be good.
Good. All right. Well, I'll put that down. We
Okay.
have volleyball available.
Okay.
Wonderful. I have a couple scenarios that I want to present to you, just to see how you would react, and I want you to be just very honest in your answers. There's no wrong answer. So the first scenario, you overhear a friend whispering a hurtful comment to another friend, and you assume that the comment is directed at you. How do you react, and what would you do next?
I think I would honestly probably walk away at this point. In the past, when that has happened, normally I address whoever is saying it and just ask what they're talking about. But I'm not really one to fight fire with fire, like a lot of my friends do, and it just causes so much drama, and I'm not. You know, if people talk about me, then they talk about me, and they've already said it. I'm not going to try and make them take it back for whatever they said, just because there's no point in causing all that drama.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I normally just walk away.
Okay. And then another scenario, you have an important assignment due tomorrow, but a friend wants to hang out with you. What do you do and why?
I would probably just go to the important thing, honestly. I mean, I love my friends, but right now I'd just rather do things without them.
Okay.
Just because it brings back a lot of memories that are really hard to deal with right now.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see, we talked a little bit about where you live. You live with your mom, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
the majority of the time.
And what are the rules like at home?
My mom's pretty low-key about everything. Obviously, I mean, even though I'm young, she's like, no drinking, no doing drugs, no having boys in your room. I've never even brought home a boy, so I don't even know why that's a rule. What else? I think she just knows that I can take care of myself. And so, like, I have a lot of common sense, basically, and so there aren't very many rules.
Okay.
It's just the basic ones that every parent makes,
Okay.
I would say.
And how does your family deal with disagreement?
Well, like I said, my parents fight about everything. They don't get along. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they were even married in the first place if they didn't get along. But, Yeah, so they just fight and nothing really gets resolved. With my brother, they were a little bit better with him, just trying not to fight around him, or if there was a disagreement with him included, they would try and like keep their tone more, like to a minimum, I don't know how to say that. They would just be nicer about it, I guess you
Okay.
could say. Yeah, and my mom and I, we don't really talk very much anymore, with Tim gone. So a lot of times when I was home, she would just come home from work and just go up to her room and close the door.
Okay.
And not even say hi or anything like that. So
And do you think that is just her way of grieving right now?
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I get it, 'cause obviously I'm here and she probably could be somewhere like this too to help her get through this harder time. But yeah, I think she just needs time alone, 'cause it's hard, and I get that.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
Well, what do you like to do with your friends?
I loved to go to the movies with them. We would always go to the mall and walk around, look at all the cute high school boys that would walk around too. So stupid now that I think about it. What else? We would go to the park and just sit. Sometimes we would bring a picnic and just hang out and look up at the clouds and try and make shapes out of them. That was one of my favorite things to do. There was this diner that we would always go to and get milkshakes after our volleyball games or even practices, because why not? And that was really fun too.
Fun.
Yeah.
So you really enjoy being around friends, other
Yeah, I
people?
definitely did. And I mean, now it's just everybody's weird.
Okay.
So it's hard to be around them.
Yeah.
But before, when Tim was alive, it was great. I loved being around my friends. We did everything together.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I have a couple questions about your physical health, so maybe we'll talk a little bit more about volleyball. But how do you define health?
I would say, even though I'm young, health is like eating healthy, trying to exercise, take care of yourself, even going walking. My mom said that keeps you healthy. And also sleeping enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you do to keep yourself healthy?
I did play sports. I ate relatively healthy. Right now, I just haven't had an appetite. Yeah. I mean, I still, when I do eat, I eat healthy, but I just don't eat a lot anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So,
about it.
are you satisfied with your level of health right now?
No. Not really.
And why is that?
Well, I don't know if you know, but I tried to commit suicide last week. So that's why I'm here. And I guess that automatically implies that my health isn't great, and so my parents shipped me off and didn't really say anything about it. Yeah.
So were you part of that decision to come here?
No.
Okay.
I mean, obviously I thought it was probably a good idea and for the best. But I think they just got scared of losing another child.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it was just kind of like, pack up your stuff, we're taking you to this place.
And now that you're here, do you feel like you want to be here or you want to make an effort?
Not really.
Okay.
I guess I mean, it would be nice to be happy again and just feel some sort of meaning. My life had some sort of meaning. But right now I just could care less, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, we do want to help you get back to that level of happiness that you experienced before, and of course, nothing can replace your loving brother. But we're hopeful that we can give you the tools that you need to cope with that. And like mentioned earlier, recreational therapy can help do that through physical activities. So what kinds of physical activities do you enjoy, aside from volleyball?
I like walking, like just going on walks. I like hiking too. I enjoy, I don't know what else. I like just sitting outside, honestly, in the sun. That's always a fun time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what stops you from participating in these activities that you enjoy?
Right now I just don't want to. And Tim would always drive me around and we would go do fun things together. And now I don't really have that person to go do things with.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And what would you say, what recreation activities do you feel most competent at?
Obviously walking, that's pretty easy to do. And volleyball's one of my favorite things, and I was getting pretty good at it. Hiking long distances is still kind of difficult. I mean, I haven't done anything in 2 months, so I'm probably out of shape.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess that's
Okay.
about it.
Well, we do plan to use a lot of these activities that you enjoy to really help you find more joy in life and more motivation to do the things that you want and need to do. And they can also be coping skills and things that can help you really find meaning in your life. And that's what we hope to give to you. But I want to know what you expect. What do you expect out of this program?
I mean, I'm kind of expecting that maybe I'll leave here and everything in my life will be back to normal. I'm not sure if that'll actually happen. I don't know, I would like to make more friends. That would be nice. But yeah, I mean, I know, like, Tim's gone, so going back home after this is still going to be hard, just because I'll get used to living here and then have to leave. But yeah, I guess my expectation would maybe be just to be good with that, or not be sad about it as much as I am right now.
Okay. And what do you expect of yourself throughout this process?
I mean, I expect to be more sure about things, maybe to not worry about as much as I do right now.
And maybe that's even something you can think about this week as you start these programs of what do you expect of yourself and what do you want to get out of this process.
Yeah, because right now I don't want to do anything, so.
That can definitely be tough, and we will do everything that we can to help you. Well, we have reached the end of the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Not really.
Okay.
Do I have to participate in everything that you
No, you don't. You
come
can
up with, or whatever?
If you don't want to
plan?
participate, you don't have to participate.
Okay.
I will try to do my best to choose activities that you can enjoy. and hopefully we can work together to help you enjoy them. But thank you for all the information that you provided me with today. That will be really helpful in figuring out how we can do what's best for you. And thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Okay. I don't know how to stop it.